game of basketball is a tool. It doesn't define who any of us in here are. This is just a tool for us to get to places like this, meet new people, and you got to take advantage of this stuff. But Myles, I want you to start and just talk about how'd you get to where this, like the ups and downs of your career. It wasn't beautiful and perfect the whole way through. Like, what are certain things that you had to go through to persevere and get to where you are today?
Yeah, I'm very raw and unfiltered, so just going to let y'all know like right away. For me personally, it was a confidence thing. You know, when I first started coming along, I didn't go to all the Nike Skills Academies and all this type of stuff until like my senior year. You know, he can tell you we're the same high school class, and I had broke my ankle, and I was really discouraged with basketball. I was kind of done with it, and once I went through that rehab process, I realized how much I love the game and how much the game would love me back. You know, once you and how much it pays its dividends. So once I started coming to the academy, started meeting these guys, it has kind of boosted my confidence. You know, like the very seat you're in today. And what I would tell you, one thing I would really harp on that I feel like I did a good job of, man, when you're in these rooms, bro, shake hands with everybody, bro. Meet everybody. Like, look people in the eye. Just say what's up. Even if you have a 10-second conversation, 10 years from now, that 10-second conversation can open a door for you that you didn't even know was there. You know, Theo just harped on the fact that basketball doesn't define who you are, but it's the ultimate key, bro. Like, I've been all over the world because of a little, orange basketball, bro. And it's just, it's opened a lot of things in my life. You know, I mean, if you're not familiar with me, like I do a lot of stuff, in my communities. I'm really big into the whole like Lego side of things, and that's really opened a lot of doors for me as well. Like whether it's children, whether it's like working with people overseas, it's huge, bro. But basketball is a tool, bro. The Nike on your chest, like it's a privilege to be in this room. You know what I mean? You guys are hand chosen, like to be here. So yeah, man, take advantage of the relationships here, man. Y'all's coaches, and it's something as even as little as someone like the barber. Like just say what's up, man. You never know what that relationship will do for you in a couple of years from now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing for you guys, y'all are in college already. Y'all have accomplished one of the biggest things. A lot of y'all been McDonald's All-Americans, done it at a high level in high school. Now you're in college. A lot of y'all probably freshmen. Some of y'all second year.
It's everybody. They all mixed. Yeah.
I already know who the oldest, Hunter. But, I mean, one of those things is like, y'all are about to take on the college. Y'all can do that at the highest level, but the next step is going to be the wake-up call. Because I wouldn't say guarantee, because I hope all y'all do very well at the next level, but you're going to be role players. You're going to be somebody who they're not paying that much attention to, and you got to be able to handle that. You're going to get faced with a whole bunch of challenges that's just going to test you mentally. And there are certain situations where trade deadline, and Myles is a perfect person to know about the fucking trade deadline.
6 years.
6 years straight for an organization who drafted him, and they love him, and they still talking about him being on trading block every damn year. Like it's a cutthroat situation, it's a cutthroat league, but it's one of those things where you have to be mentally prepared. You have to be selfless and understand that you can't take it personal, because at the end of the day, it's a business. They're trying to do what's the best for them and their organization and what's going to bring them the most money.
I think a big thing too, y'all, is y'all got to check y'all's egos, man. I think that when you're coming up, you get all these rankings and stuff, then you go to college, some of y'all national champions, some of y'all, All-Americans and stuff. I'm going to tell y'all now, when you get to the next level league, don't nobody know who the fuck y'all are. I'm going to just keep it a stack. Nobody in the league really watches college basketball until Final Four, Sweet 16 and stuff like that. Like, we don't really know who some of y'all are, not even in summer league. Like, when y'all start actually getting minutes and stuff like that, and spot minutes, like, okay, who's young bull, who's this, who's that? Y'all got to check y'all's egos. I'm going to tell you right now, it doesn't matter, what you accomplish in high school and college and all that type of shit. When you start going overseas, start playing here, like, you're a professional now. And like they said about the business, like, you can, be a great guy, you can be a stand-up guy and know a lot of people, but if you ain't producing, you're out the door. Like, that's just what it is. And he's right, man. After my second year, I spent about 5-6 years straight, like, in trade deadlines. And like, my manager here would tell you, man, we had our bags packed one summer. Like, we thought I was going to Boston. Then the next summer, I thought I was going to LA. And then, you just got to keep you just got to be wary about all that type of stuff. You don't get attached to too much stuff. So I've been blessed to be with the same organization going on 10 years, but that's not going to be everybody's path. Everybody's path is different, but an ego is a big thing y'all got to check like right the fuck now.
I mean, that's really half of it, probably more than half of it, because at the end of the day, they don't care about your feelings. I'll give you a personal story. I remember we were playing in OKC, and everybody was playing but me, and I was pissed. And I'm like, there's no reason I shouldn't be on the court right now. And I'm sitting there in my own head, mad as f. Next thing you know, my name gets called. I go out there, Lou Dort does backdoor dunks on the fucking rim, and I'm sitting there looking stupid as hell. But that came from 10 minutes ago when I was throwing a fucking pity fit, having a fucking attitude on the bench, and not being locked in. So I told myself I'll never let that happen to me again. There's going to be so many things that happen to you along your career that's just going to test you mentally. And I already know y'all been testing in college. I mean, all these college coaches, they're tough as hell anyway. But at the end of the day, it gets more real. And y'all have a unique situation that we can't really speak on because y'all getting paid. So now I know they're looking at y'all, how y'all spend y'all bread. Like they're going to pay attention to that little shit because now they're investing in y'all. So if y'all out there flaunting what the f y'all doing now and buying all types of stupid shit, they're going to pay attention to that and be like, all right, well,
Watch everything.
What the hell are you going to do when we get them $5.5 million or $20 million a year?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to get a lot worse.
And like what you got to realize too, man, when y'all start getting drafted, or even some of my ladies, when y'all start going overseas and playing in the summertime or whatnot, like they literally check for everything, bro. They called my elementary school principal. Elementary school, dog. And like, how was he in class? How was he around the school? Like, you wouldn't even think about no shit like that, but they check everything. They're about to invest, a whole multi-million-dollar organization about to invest millions of dollars in you as an individual. And they got to know if you're ready to handle that. It's not everybody's ready to handle like just what comes with it. The money and the glitz and the glamour is great, but people don't realize, bro, we travel so much. Play 82 games a year. You playing 4 or 5 times a week. You playing back-to-backs. You wake up, you don't know what city you in. Like, all that type of shit is real, bro. I know y'all do it a little bit in college, but not at the same level. Like, the NBA is 3 college seasons in one. You know what I mean? So I just think that a lot of this game, you don't really see what's on. Like, you don't really get to see like what we go through like on the TV. You know what I mean?
I think personally, and especially for y'all, since y'all in college, be respectful to everybody on campus too.
Never know.
I know that when I was at Carolina, I played at Carolina for people who didn't know.
National champion, by the way.
Yeah, know that. But they called one of the bars I used to go to.
Mm-hmm.
Like they called one of the bars and talked to the bartender and asked, how is this person or this player? And I'm like, what? That's how deep of a dive they do. They know what places y'all go to. They go, and that one took me. And people aren't going to lie because their reputation's on the line. Mm-hmm. Academic advisor, they're asking them. So like, you can think you can be disrespectful to somebody, you can't. They're going to find a way. They're trying to find something. At the end of the day, they're trying to find a reason. So my biggest advice is to not give them that reason. The biggest thing I would say when y'all become pro, and y'all are already pros actually, the biggest flex and the biggest way for you to be successful, in my opinion, is availability. Availability is the best ability.
That's real.
Because if you don't want to, like, there have been multiple times I have been hurt. I should not have been playing. I just did it anyway because I had no room for error. I had no room for them to be like, well, damn, this motherfucker stay hurt. We can't never rely on him. I broke my pinky my 4th year, and I was with Dallas. And I was out for a period of time. And I'm on a 1-year deal. Actually, I wasn't even on 1 year. I was a 2-way. And if you're a 2-way, towards the end of the year, it's kind of your opportunity to prove yourself because they're going to start resting guys. They're going to start just letting people play. I damn near cleared myself because I knew what the opportunity was going to be. Played the last game. I hooped. I had like 20-some points or something. And they got me my deal for the next year. They literally told me verbatim, the way you played the last game, got you signed back. Well, also I played well. Two ways can't play in the playoffs. So I was a practice player. So I was damn near, I was a scout team. I was Donovan Mitchell, Chris Paul, trying to be Stephen Curry, and I was cooking. They got me my deal for the next year. So it's that those little things, they go a long way. And I'm sure, Myles, you can attest to that. You've had a bunch of teammates, and you can talk about like just all the little nuances that you've been a star and you heard what your teammates have said to you. What is something that the role players have to be cognizant of?
Yeah, being a franchise guy, you can really get away with a lot more than what a role player can. That availability is talking about is everything, because you got to just be reliable. Like if player B is just not feeling well today, this guy's got COVID, this that, you got to be able to step in at any time, and we got to be able to depend on you. Like if I need you to go in there and guard Paul George, I need to go in there and guard PG. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he's gonna get off here and there, but I need to put a body in front of him, like just anybody. But just like from what I've heard, really, is just the people don't really think about the life aspect of things, man. When you come into the league, you're a kid, but then you're on a team with grown men, bro, 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds with kids, and they got a different motivation than you. You know what I mean? Your motivation is to buy your little cars, your little houses and shit. They got to provide. You know what I mean? Like coming in with the families that they do. So a lot of those role players are guys that it's do or fucking die. You know what I mean? So there is no light day. There is no like, I'm going to take it easy today, because like they always coming for your spot, bro. And I tell people this all the time, man. Like this game to me, I feel like it's 80% like just mental, bro. I feel like a lot of that is probably like what people don't, really talk about or think about. 50% of this shit is skill, and then 5% of this shit is luck. I mean, it just sometimes you just need a little luck on your side. So I would say, as far as like the role players are, you got to accept how we started this conversation of being a role player. You're gonna go from being a star, McDonald's All-American high school, star player in college, back to ground fucking zero. You're gonna work your way up, bro. You're going to sign that first deal, be in the league 2 to 4 years, and then it's up to you after that. You know what I mean? A lot of guys fizzle out. A lot of your top high school guys that you guys see y'all's class are not going to make it past 3, 4 years in the league. Like, don't let that be y'all. Like, for real, all that shit we talking about starts right here in this room, bro. I know that sounds a little corny, but it is what it is. Like, you just never know who's watching y'all, man. And, back to the original point at hand, these role players, like, I think that a big thing with that is just how they're just like studying the game. You know what I mean? The film is something that never lies. That's something I didn't really take seriously my first few years, was the film. And all the role guys, like they know exactly where they're supposed to be. They know exactly, we call this play, I'm gonna be here at this time. I know the ball's gonna be here. I may shoot the ball only 3 or 4 times a game, but like I know where I'm gonna get and I'll be efficient as fuck. So yeah, man, there's a lot of different, there's a hierarchy to this shit, for real.
And just some free advice when you get to the next level, and this goes for ladies and men, pay attention to the team you're going to, pay attention to the star you're going to play with. So if you're going to play for Dallas, you're playing with Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving, most of your shots probably going to be corner shots, spot ups. You might get a cut from here and there. Literally work on what your role is going to be and perfect it as best as you can, and don't do more until they tell you to. If you try to do something more before then, they be like, what the are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
I know for a fact, I had a play, we were playing the Minnesota Timberwolves. I got the ball, I'm coming down court, I got Mike Conley in front of me, and I get to the cup, I dump it off to somebody, I get fouled. They bring me in the next day. They say, yo, Thee, great play, but get a ball to Kyrie Irving. I'm like, what the? I'm like, I made a good play. What do you want me to do? We're paying him $50 million to make that play. And I'm telling y'all right now, it's a lot harder now, because the way the new CBA is, that has changed everything. Because these motherfuckers taking all the money, they making $50, $60 million a year. Ain't enough money to go around for everybody.
Middle ground, yeah.
So the middle ground people, like let's talk about, give me Derek White.
Perfect. Yeah.
Great, he making a good amount of money, but he's taking pretty much the rest of that. So the rest of the guys are making minimum, and that's it. They can't pay you no more. So it's getting harder and harder to make the league. And you got to think, There's a new batch of players coming in every single year.
60 every year.
That people. And it's me, it's a whole lot of players. There's a lot of people. I know people give Austin Rivers a hard time, but he's been solidified in the league for a long time. Will Barton, he's a bucket. Jamal Crawford will everybody up in here right now. Like, he's that good. And there's a lot of people that's not in the league right now. It's just the situation.
You see it on the women's side. I think it was, I'm not sure if it was 2 seasons ago where they cut a roster spot, and now all these talented young, just women are overseas.
Mm-hmm.
These are household names. You know what I mean? It's I mean, that shit is real. I think I tell people a lot, just guys in your position, to get paid in this league, you got to do 2 things great. Not good, but 2 things great. To be a star in the league, you got to be able to do 3 things great. Find what your 2 things are. When I came into the league, my shit was blocking shots, and I was a hell of a mid-range shooter. Those are my 2 things I did great. As I've expanded my game, expanded more to the outside, became a better perimeter defender. But those are 2 things I know I do great, and it's maybe sticking in this league for as long as I've been here. Like, going into the league for 10 years is no small feat. And what a lot of people don't realize too, in the NBA side of things, when you get your 10th season and you play 10 seasons, you're good for life. You get the insurance benefits and all that type of stuff. So, like, get as much as you can out of this shit while you still can, bro, for real. Y'all have a hell of an opportunity with all the NIL stuff to take care of y'all's families, y'all's loved ones. When you get to the league, you can take care of you, bro. Like, you just set up generational wealth, I think that is just, that is always the ultimate goal. You play for the passion and love of this, but, I mean, you really want to be able to create, for your grandkids, not even your kids, but your kids' kids. And you have the opportunity to do that. You're in the right room.
Another thing, the biggest thing going into the next level is everyone in here will have to be able to defend at a high level.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a liability, you will not play. They will not scheme for no one in here but he guard, so it don't matter. Like, they're not going to scheme for us. So you have to be able to plug and play. Like, it can't be, okay, we got Trey going in the game, so we're going to have to have extra help on the backside. No, they're not going to do that. They're going to be like, can he guard? Cool. My advice would be, the first 2 times the motherfucker try to go at you, make sure they don't score, and they won't go at you no more. They'll be like, okay, motherfucker can guard. So let's chill out, see who the next one we can go after.
Always look for the lick, bro.
Yeah, always, listen, we looking for the elephant. The elephant, that means you're the guy we're going at every single time we go down the court. And so y'all know, you get taxed in every city you travel to. When you make your bread, cool. Every city you go to, I was in New York for my first 3 years, I don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah, bro, any number you see, when you sign that deal, cut that in half.
Yeah.
Bro, for real. You got agent fees, and you got to pay your manager, you got to pay your chefs, your people around you. Putting the money into your body, I feel like it's something that people don't realize now. How many of y'all take ice baths? For real, let me see your show of hands. That shit's got to change. Everybody's hand should be up in this room, bro. Little shit like the ice baths, taking care, like even like yoga, like all the stuff, the length and strength of your muscles. You got to start taking care of that stuff now, bro. Everybody in this room can hoop, but who gonna last? Whose body's gonna hold up the longest? Like, that is the type of stuff that people do not realize, bro. Like, NBA players age in dog years. And like, you come into the league at 19, I came to the league at 19 years old. And by the time I was 22, your body starts feeling them games you play. You're playing 25, 30 minutes a game, 82 times a year. That's just so much on your body all the time. So by the time you 24, 25, you feel like you 35, 40. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, it is what it is with everything. So take care of y'all's bodies, man. I know you hear that, but like, you have to. This is your vessel, the shit that you're eating, bro. Like, the shit, your habits, all the stuff that you do outside of the court. Have fun, do your thing, but take care of your body, man.
I agree with investing in a chef.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one of the best decisions I definitely made. Because like, you feel completely different when you eat right and you training at a high level. I think that's one, I personally think that's a great investment.
You can get away with it at like 19, 20 for a little bit.
Yeah,
start to add up.
That should definitely come back and get you.
Start thinking of some questions, y'all.
Yeah, y'all got any questions?
Start thinking of some, even if you don't have some now. Like, come on.
Anybody?
How did y'all deal with, like, at a young age, going into the league? We're surrounded by our friends each and every day. how was it that transition to just finally just like be around yourself and you're around grown men, you're not hanging around your peers no more? Like, how was that transition?
It's a great question.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we can probably tell you, you go to the gym, you probably got to be at the gym early. Say your rookie year, you got to be at the gym probably 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock till 12, probably you on the court or you're lifting or doing some shit.
Extra work.
And then after that, you probably got a little extra work. Then you're in the weight room. In the training room after. That's probably till 1:30, maybe 2. After that, you don't got what else to do the rest of the day.
That spare time.
That's where it gets tricky. That's where you got to really be locked in. And for me, I think that's where I'm up. Because I didn't do too much extra. I didn't come at night all the time. I would come occasionally, but I didn't go to the gym at night all the time. I'm okay with saying that. But I felt like I didn't need to. I thought I was going to do what I needed to do on the court. That was just me. But I would advise y'all not to do that shit because they pay attention to it and they're like, yo, are you getting your extra work in? They just want to see you. They don't really give a fuck what you do. They just want to see you in there. Yeah. And I figured that out later in my career, which I feel like if I did it a little bit earlier, could have had a different outcome. But to your question, with the friends, family, all that, like, biggest thing, my boy AJ says this all the time, keep the main thing the main thing. Mm-hmm. Like, stay locked in as much as you can. People gonna call you. People gonna try to take care of little shit. How your team take care of it? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, my whole college career, my whole NBA career, I never dealt with tickets. If somebody called me, don't call me. Who coming in? I don't really know. I let my mom and dad in college take care of tickets. So no one ever called me. I never had to worry about that. And when I was in the NBA, I had one of my homeboys live with me, and they'll call him. And I never had to, that's the biggest thing you really have to deal with, because everybody gonna wanna come see LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Myles, Tyrese Halliburton. Like, they're gonna wanna come to those games, and then you like, oh God, bro, just wait.
Now you
like, when the last time I talked to you?
Yeah. I think to your point too, you gotta find your tribe. You really do, very early. You can have homeboys, but you gotta find professional homeboys. You know what I mean? You don't need the enablers that's gonna be like, hey, bro, let's go out tonight, or like, hey, bro, let's get up, this and that, when, you know, he could be like rebounding for you. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a hard process. You know, I have a guy that I grew up my entire life with. I've known him since 6th grade. And then when I came to my second, third year in the league, I realized he just wasn't cut out for this, wasn't cut out for the lifestyle. And you got to identify that very early. You know, you have to have, everybody has to be for you at the end of the day. You're gonna sense a lot of jealousy when you first start getting into this stuff too. When you finally make it, your name, you know, is on the TV and stuff. You know, people that you thought was really for you ain't gonna be as much for you as they were. And I hope that's not y'all's case, but you know, you see it all the time. So find your tribe, find some professional homeboys that's actually gonna, you know, keep you encouraged.
You gotta find somebody who keep you accountable.
Accountable to.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you decide, and we're not selling, like, y'all motherfuckers gonna go out. Like, if you go out, your homeboy should be like, all right, we going out tonight, but you getting in the gym tomorrow. Yeah. Like, that's somebody you know got your best interest, and they're gonna be like, all right, we're gonna do what we need to do, but also we're gonna get our work in too. Like, that goes a long way. Anything else?
I got one. So you were saying when you first got to the league, you struggled with confidence. You were saying, like, you know, throughout your whole career, you got a lot of ups and downs. Mm-hmm. I would ask y'all, like, through the downs, like, through the moments where everything was tough, y'all got this against the wall, what helped y'all, like, you know, get back up? What helped y'all stay up and prepared? Because it ain't always going to be sweet. So
yes.
like,
yeah.
What was y'all mindset in the tough times, and what got y'all to the other side?
This is when my tribe was important. You know, I had my two, one of them sitting right here. You know, it's my manager, this is Bell. He was really able to pull me out those tough times. You have to find your people, bro. I'm telling you, it's so important. And this is gonna sound cliche, but bro, remember who the you are. Like, you got here for a reason. You got to where you're at by no accident. You know what I mean? Like, even if you have to do something as little as, bro, go YouTube your own highlights, some shit like that, just give you a fucking like confidence boost. Like that sound like
Every NBA
egotistical.
player does that.
Yeah, it sounds
Everyone.
egotistical, but you have to
Swear to
remind
God.
yourself it sometimes, bro.
Yep.
Like sometimes you just have to. But confidence is something that you mature into, I think, personally. You just, as you go year by year in this league, like you start to see your confidence build more and more. But if you don't have that right tribe around you, you start listening to the wrong people, it can break your confidence very quickly. And you know, it's gonna be a never-ending battle for you. But I would say, bro, remember who the fuck you are, stand on your own principles, and make sure you have your tribe behind you.
It's hard. I'm just gonna tell you straight up, like, this shit's not easy. There's a lot of times that I've just like, I remember Myles has been lucky to be in Warden organization. I was with Brooklyn my first year, two-way. Next year, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant comes there, DeAndre Jordan, and now I signed a deal with them. So I'm like, cool, I'm on this team. But the whole dynamic of the team changes. We go from a team that's a 7th seed, that's young, up and coming, trying to do what we can, to a team that's championship or bust at this point. So they looking at me like, all right, we need you to be great right now. And I'm like, what the I just damn near got here. But it was cool. Next thing you know, COVID hits. I get waived. I get picked up by the Knicks. I don't play damn near the whole year. Tom Thibodeau don't play younger guys. We know how that shit go. And I don't play that year. They come and tell me, yo, Theo, we fucking love you. Cool. I stay in New York the whole summer. I'm working out at the facility. I'm doing all this other shit. Next thing you know, can't bring you back. What the fuck you mean you can't bring me back? You just told me you love me. Like, yeah, it's just not working out. I'm like, okay. At that point, that was like a gut punch to me, because I'm like, I just spent all this time. And then I said, all right, just let me play Summer League with y'all. Our roster's full. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Your roster's full. It's a Summer League team. They wouldn't even put me on a Summer League team. That one about had me say, all this shit. Then I said, all right, you know what? I'm not gonna let that dictate me. Thank you, Lord. I end up I'm not saying God didn't have a baby, but I had a little mama come on the way. I had a little girl named Alana, 2 years old now. Changed my whole life. Changed my whole life.
Motivation.
Gave me a more perspective. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this shit for her. Went to the G League, hooped, got signed by Dallas, two-way. Next thing you know, go the whole year with Dallas the next year. I'm with Dallas all year, all summer. They're like, we love you, blah, blah, blah. Last game of the season, I have a triple-double. 23, 11, and 14 or some shit like that. They're like, oh, you good. You showed us what the f you can do. You playing at a high level. I'm there all summer. We get to the draft. The draft happens. I'm like, okay, cool. What's going on? Free agency opens, blah, blah, blah. Crickets. I don't hear nothing. Next thing you know, I'm a free agent again, and I'm trying to find my way. All that to be said is, it's not going to be pretty. You just got to find your way, find that little motivation to keep yourself going, and you just got to believe in yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of us that's going to be in the G League. Do not take it as a demotion. Use it as an opportunity to build your confidence, because that shit for sure did for me. I was frying in the G League. And then I was like, why can't I translate this to the league? There's no reason for me not to. So I just did what I did in the G. I was like, I don't got shit. When you go play, if you're in the G and you go play in the league, you don't got shit to lose. Shoot that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard, but at the end of the day, just try to find that little motivation as much as you can.
It's never ending battle. Ladies, what's up? I know y'all got some questions. What's good? Somebody, please, be a leader. What's up?
I don't have a question. Okay. Somebody got a question? I'll ask.
Nobody?
Nah, someone gonna ask a question. I promise you that. One of my ladies.
You got one.
What would be like the hardest transition from Hardest transition to the NBA.
Hardest transition. What to do with your time? You remember he was telling you, like, you know, you probably get to the facility early, you're there before everybody else, you stay after everybody else, but shit, it's only 12 o'clock. You know, when you in college, you go to study hall or you know, man, shit, you going to classes. Ain't none of that, bro. You're handed millions of dollars with access and can't nobody tell you no. That kills a lot of careers. Go out, start having babies, go out getting DUIs and all sorts of crazy shit because you have all this spare time and don't know what to do with it. You gotta find a hobby, bro. I told y'all before all this, like my biggest one was like Lego. When I got to the league, I started just like building Legos, being at the crib. I didn't want to be out all the time, being 19 years old around the city, you know, was getting fucked up and shit. So you gotta figure out what you want to do with your spare time. I think that was the hardest like thing for me to do because you're still, like I said, you got a whole bunch of money and can't nobody tell you no.
Yeah, that and just fucking attention to detail. That's something that I always had, but like, you got to pick up on shit quick.
Mm-hmm.
Like a coverage can change just like that. They can tell you something, and if you get it wrong, you're
yeah.
But if
a vet can fuck up,
a Luka or Kyrie get it wrong, they can be like, all right, but they probably yell at you because they fucked up.
I've had some petty coaches in the past that will just call a play knowing you don't know it, just to have you go out there and fuck up and just scold you, and then come pull me aside and laugh. Hey, you see what I did there? Like type shit. That type of stuff happens, bro. You gotta have a lot of thick skin, bro.
For
sure. Yeah. Ladies, what's good?
Endorsements and stuff, like your back chasing or you're trying to like make an image of yourself. Because I think for us, like women especially, like I see like a lot of young girls and it's like, especially with that now, like we talk about this, like you go to school time because they're offering you $300 like are you doing that or are you like doing the image, stuff like that?
At the end of the day, you gotta be about your money. That was a great question too, for real. You gotta be about your money at the end of the day. Because this is a fun game. We all love it, but like we trying to get paid, bro. You don't want to go work a 9 to 5, do nothing else right now. Like you want to take advantage and monetize what you have in front of you. So it's a combination because you have to protect your image and have a good clean cut image. If you want to get signed by a Nike, you know what I mean? They're not going to just sign some, I don't know, some dope fiend SoundCloud rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to like know what you're doing for yourself, bro. I mean, they want to have that clean cut image. Your image is everything. It is a big part of it, but you definitely bag chasing. Don't get the shit fucked up. Like we are about our money. Everybody in here, we're definitely bag chasing.
I agree. I mean, at the end of the day, your brand is everything. If you have an opportunity, you can take it. Because when that shit stop, and you call somebody, they'll be like, "What do you do now?" Like that shit will go the fuck away. So ride that wave. That's my opinion. I say ride the wave.
I'm sorry. I don't know if I missed it, but you didn't really introduce yourself.
Oh, my name's Theo Pinson, by the way.
No, but like your background too.
Oh, I played at Carolina. I played 6 years in the league and won a
I know
national.
you played.
I guess we all do. I guess we both introduced ourselves. Yeah. Theo was, he's not going to say it for himself. He was on the highest ranked player in our class. One of the highest ranked players in our class in 2014. One of the best high school players come out of Carolina. Man, I hated guarding this, I'm not gonna lie. Just so quick and get downhill and dynamic. But yeah, he played at Carolina, what, 4? You went off 4 years at Carolina.
I went off 4 years.
Yeah.
I played off 4 years. Of course, I wanted to be a one and done, but I broke my foot twice, my freshman year and my junior year. And my junior year, I was about to go. I was out. Like after my sophomore year, we lost in the national championship. And I told myself, I was like, this summer I'm about to go crazy and I'm leaving. I told everybody. And that probably was the worst thing to do because next thing you know, I broke my foot that fucking summer and shit was stupid. But yeah. And then I wanted a year to just hoop. So my senior year, I came back. We had won a national championship my junior year. And then my senior year, I just wanted a year to be fully healthy and just be me. And I felt like I did that and I was cool. But to piggyback on that, it's like, I advise everyone do not fucking go until you're ready, mentally and physically. Maybe not physically. You don't know how physical it is until you get there. But like, you have to be mentally ready for that shit because it's taxing.
In case you ain't know, Myles Turner went to University of Texas. You know what I'm saying? What you know about that? Yeah. But yeah, no, I've been doing this shit a long time, man. Like I said, I'm going on my 10th season, 20 years old. I've made a lot of money in this league, and I've changed a lot of lives, and that's really what I hang my hat on. You know, I have individual accomplishments, but I've really changed a whole city. You know what I mean? A whole city dynamic where I'm from, and was able to really take another city that I was unfamiliar with by storm. You know, so I've been in Indy for 10 years now, and I feel like I really left my mark there. Franchise is an all-time leader in shot blocks, and soon to be all-star. And, y'all see something next year. Mm-hmm.
So you obviously, you said you were like the #1 player in your class, right? You like look back like and like have like, I mean, obviously everyone has regrets. But do you feel like you could have fulfilled more? Like,
Oh hell yeah. I've talked about this on my podcast. I have a podcast called Run Your Race, and yeah, y'all go subscribe to that too. But so my freshman year, I was #1 in the country. And before then, I loved the game. I had fun. It was just fun to me. And right after that, that shit changed because I was being hunted by then. At that point, I didn't know how to handle it. To be completely honest, I did not know how to handle it. My game changed. My mindset changed. I hated everybody because everybody was talking cash. Even my friends didn't even like me no more because they wanted to be where I was. They're like, how the did Theo get there?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I didn't ask for the shit. I guess I was just playing well. So I ended up being #1. I went to #2 the next year. And the one thing that actually changed my life was I was #2 in the nation, went to USA trials, and I had made USA the time before, and I didn't even play hard. I just thought I was gonna make the team because I was like, I'm #2 in the nation. Why the would I not be on the team? Didn't put me on the team. And I was devastated. And I told myself I'd never let that happen again. Went to a camp right after that, was fucking killing, got my Carolina offer. The rest is history from there. But yeah, I've been at the top, and it ain't easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not easy at all.
I appreciate your perspective. These are good questions.
How was it mentally, like, you being the #1 player in the country and seeing all your teammates like go to the draft and you feel like yourself, like, you know, I feel like I'm hooping as well, like,
For sure.
not like that. Because most people, like, don't stay for 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
They get very discouraged or they transfer due to their situation. So how was that like mentally?
Nah, it was, I'm different because I genuinely enjoy the success of my teammates. Like, that's just who I am.
That's real.
And I've never been a hater. I'm not a hater type of dude. I know what I bring to the table. I know I can help my team win. So my freshman year, I had people in front of me. Sophomore year, I had people in front of me. Junior year, the guy I came in with, Justin Jackson, he hooped. I mean, ended up playing his way to being a lottery pick, blah, blah, blah. I'm telling him, like, couple games he get into, he shooting from far, he dropping 20, 30 points. I said, oh, motherfucker, you going to the league. You are out of here. He's like, I might come back. I said, motherfucker, I'm cleaning your room out. You leader. And that's just not who I am. And I personally believe that kind of hurt me in the league too, because I got labeled as the best teammate in the league. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not telling y'all not to be that, but I would say I kind of was not selfish enough. But would I change that? Fuck no. Because to my peers and to my people, everybody fuck with me. Everybody rock with me because they know I've never been that type of hater. I've been at the fucking top. Even when I was there, I've never treated anybody like they weren't. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm where I am today. That's why I'm here talking to y'all. Because as soon as I decided that I was done and I was tired of it, because of the way I acted when I was here with y'all, like where y'all are, I'm able to do shit like this.
That's real, man. I feel like someone like Theo, he'll always have a job around this league or around this game. Because even if you don't, your basketball career doesn't pan out to what you want it to be, there's so many jobs in the NBA, bro. There's so many. You've seen all the scouts here today. These scouts go overseas all year, travel to Europe, Asia, whatever, all year and scout. You get in the front office, man. You can even start to get in. You have to work your way up, obviously. You start getting the video scouting. Like, there's a bunch of jobs in basketball. You treat people the right way. You see plenty of people transitioning. Like JJ Redick, he transitioned to ESPN, right to a head coaching job. A lot of guys go straight from the league into broadcasting and this and that because of relationships you make. Not because of the way you hoop, but like the people you knew and the relationships that you made. One thing I want to harp on too, and I should have said this earlier, bro, everybody wants to be y'all. Everybody watches us. The NBA, everybody knows that that shit is worldwide. Yeah, there's some teams overseas, but everybody knows what the WNBA and the NBA is. Like, everybody wants to be you guys. Take advantage of that. Once you get that shit across your chest, like, you in the brotherhood for life. That's a real thing. You make these connections and whatnot. Like, you have to realize how much power you actually have and use it to your advantage. I feel like we're throwing a lot of shit at the wall. I'm just hoping something sticks. If just 2 or 3 things stick today from what we talked about, man, we did our job, for real. Like, we want to see y'all make it, bro, for real. Y'all are the next generation. Like, y'all have a big responsibility. Y'all have to carry this game. The LeBrons, the KDs, those guys are fizzling out, bro. They're kind of at the end of their tenure. And, you know, you've seen the newer guys coming up. That's going to be y'all in the next 5 to 10 years. So y'all have a big responsibility in y'all's back, man. I really hope you guys really take advantage of the opportunity that you guys have this entire week.
Good?
Anybody else?
Y'all probably ready to do some other shit.
Cool, man.
All right, we appreciate y'all.
Absolutely.